You've reached Empress of Oracle, where we tune into all things the divine, and welcome to your quantum physics timeline shifting meditation. Now, this is based on the works of Marina Jacobi, who works with the Council of Nine, and I feel very drawn to this work, and I feel like I've gone through a very similar experience to her in that I feel that I'm working with a group of spirits who's testing me and communicating with me, and if I don't listen, certain things happen not to my favor. So I definitely resonate with her work. So Marina Jacobi, it's really, really interesting stuff, and talks about quantum physics manifestation. And I would like to do kind of a timeline shifting meditation. So the way she describes it is that there's like a timeline. So when you shift from this reality to this reality, you basically recreate all of your memories, experiences, beliefs from the last reality, and you bring it into this reality, and then you create kind of the same thing, which makes a lot of sense because they talk about how people have like 95% of the same thoughts every single day, and you have I can't remember if it's like 70,000 thoughts a day, some ridiculous number. And it makes a lot of sense. So if you were to just shift into another reality, basically you just don't bring any of that stuff from the old reality into this new reality. And you're always recreating every moment as we're going. And I remember there was that one guy that talked about quantum jumping, and a lot of people tried it and it didn't work for them because he didn't explain it the way that she explained it. And I think if everybody went and reviewed her work, that they would understand it to a way that they could actually do it themselves. It's a little stuffy in my room right now. It's very warm. Kind of want to put on the AC, but I don't want there to be a noise. So let's just start by taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is going to be really similar to NLP, like the Doors meditation or the Circle of Excellence. So the first thing you want to do is think of your current reality and feel everything you're feeling that has to do with that. So right now, I'm going through a little bit of a tough time, and I'm feeling it in my throat and in my lower chakra, like my base. And so just feeling all the feelings that are associated with that. And often what's going to happen is a situation that you're going through that you're not enjoying, this is why you're probably here, is connected with another situation. So if it has to do with like your personal power and setting up for yourself, you might have digestive issues. If it has to do with like your security, you might also have that type of thing. So like you'll feel that like in your base chakra if it has to do with security. And often something like you might be dealing with something that's in your emotional life or your physical life, your health, your finances, whatnot, and then maybe that has to do with something spiritual that's going on. Like, so all these things are connected. So there might be like a situation that's like playing out right now for you, that when you shift to this new reality, maybe you're dealing with like a friend issue, and then somehow it's connected with your health. So both of those things could kind of clear up at the same time. So just really, how are you feeling? Where are you feeling that? Picture like a scene from your life that has to do with this situation. Like, what's the scene from your life where it's really showing you like this is kind of what you're dealing with? A scene from your life that connects with this the strongest. Just bring that in as much detail as possible. Okay, why don't we go ahead and clear that? So Marina Jacobi, she talks about stop, transform, and then move on. So let's go ahead and transform before we go on. So wherever that is in your body, actually before we go on, let's close those lower 3 chakras. So close your base chakra to the very size of a very small coin. Close that chakra. And then close your sacral chakra to the size of a very small coin and keep them spinning really fast. And then your solar plexus chakra, close that up really nice and small to the size of a small coin. Okay, and then probably what's happening is like the stuff that you don't enjoy experiencing is probably in those lower 3 chakras. So now we're going to clear that. Think of it like snakes of energy or like spaghetti or noodles that's being sucked. And think of lots of it going in, like if somebody's eating spaghetti or noodles like really fast, they're eating like lots of them. And then those are going to go into the greater central sun. And we're gonna like imagine almost like a suction, bring them into the greater central sun across all time, dimension, space, reality, infinite levels, high, wide, deep, and minuscule for the highest good of everyone involved. We're going to start with the base chakra, and we're going to suck all of those like noodles of energy, and they will be attached to like little dots of negative energy. They look like Minesweeper, those little mines, or ninja stars, or diamonds, like black diamonds that are kind of like negative looking. Pointy and sharp and not very nice looking, and sucking those out the base chakra, and see if you can hear almost the sound of it doing that, going into the greater central sun across the time, dimension, space, and reality, infinite levels, high, wide, deep, and minuscule. And then I say the same thing for the sacral and the solar plexus. So let's move on to the sacral. And you can go back and do this on your own time. And now moving that and all like the spaghetti strands of noodles and energy, it's being sucked into the greater central sun. And just make sure you're doing this on the back and the front, attached to little seeds or black spots of the negative energy. And feel that energy clearing, getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And do that again for the sacral or for the solar plexus. Back and front. Clearing up that energy, clearing up any stagnant energy, anything that we don't want to experience, clearing that up. And now picturing your heart chakra is getting big and open and expanded and wide, either the size of the room, or maybe the size of the world, maybe the size of the universe, whatever you feel called. Same thing with this throat chakra. Same thing with the third eye chakra. And now bring your attention down to the core of the earth, and you're going to see a giant heart beating. It's this big green heart thing. And just absorb some of that energy, feeling that grounding of Mother Earth. And while you're there, now let's have the same thing. All of the cords that are attached to your heart, all of the cords, all of the black energy, the minesweeper thingies, the ninja star thingies, little seeds of black being sucked out into the greater central sun across the time, dimension, space, and reality. in the front and the back, the top and the bottom. Getting lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Now the throat chakra. Sucking that out. Like spaghetti, like noodles of energy, almost like a macrophage. You can work with the sun in our solar system, or you could work with the greater central sun. You can, especially if you're like outside in nature, you can be working with our sun solar system, our solar system sun, and have it taking away that negative energy, and you can work with it, feeling it, pulling that energy out. You might yawn, you might cry, you might feel shifts of energy, you might feel shaky, you might feel lightening in some areas. And now the third eye. So like snakes of energy, noodles of energy. At the very end of each one of those is usually attached to something dark, black, spiky, negative, and it's like a sucking energy, and it wants to latch on. It might look like a virus, it might look like a little Minesweeper mine from that old game in like the 90s, the first Windows ever created. Sucking out any energy. Also, it's good to think of it like drinking bubble tea, and you get that big straw and you're drinking the bubbles, the tapioca bubbles from the bottom. If you can really picture that, and then picture it, and almost that sound as well, like that sound, that really helps with the visualization and really actually can clear out that energy, which will have observable effects on your health. So we've stopped, we've observed our bodies where they were, we've transformed it, we've removed, you know, some of the obstacles, some of that like heavy energy, because what that energy will do, it's almost like an elastic band, and it will just keep like bringing you back like a boomerang, or like, you know, when you're trying to like slingshot, and it will just bring you back. So first you want to lighten that energy. So feeling your energy field becoming lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Remember to breathe. Now recall what it is that you wanted to transform. So for me, it's about a relationship, it's about standing in my power, it's about fear of rejection, it's about some things that come up at the base chakra area, even as much as a literal hernia that's, you know, I can feel it attached to the base chakra, and I feel that this is attached to insecurity. And a lot of people say that you have to kind of be 100% healed and everything's perfect in your life in order for you to help others. But I really feel that you can sometimes help people kind of going through with them. So rather than wait until I'm perfect, and sorry about the tears, I'm kind of emotional, I figured just go through this with you. I don't know if what I'm doing will help somebody, but I hope that it will. So, you know, maybe this is a good kind of release of that energy. Maybe it really worked. Maybe that's why I'm crying. Now, we're going to get prepared to quantum jump, and we're in the midst of, I heard like some solar, some like moon energy. I heard that there's going to be like a lunar eclipse coming up really soon on May 16th. And I'm noticing a lot of people doing these kind of videos, which first you release and then you transform and make it into what it is that you wanted it to be. So now we're going to shift, and I almost like to think of it like a bubble of energy, or like one atom. It's a perfect circle. And then for me, I like to shift it to the left. Maybe it's to the right for you, but for me it's to the left. And then I slightly shift my energy in that direction. And when I do that, then I try to think of all the emotions, all the feelings, and try to visualize a scene in this new reality. And the important thing is that you want to continue this. You want to try to hold the frequency as much as you can. And again, I'm not perfect at this, but the more and more and more and more you practice it, the better you get at it, and the more you're able to hold that frequency. So then shifting your energy kind of into that desired reality. So what would you be doing, and how would you be feeling in the desired reality? And let's go ahead and almost picture like those old-fashioned, like when you're taking a bath and you pour the water on your hair to wash it or whatever. And we're going to pour like love and self-acceptance and confidence, and pouring all of those emotions onto us that we want to feel. And picture a scene from your life, and maybe somebody's like congratulating you, like maybe you're going to the doctor and they're saying, oh, everything's good, you're doing great, your results came back and everything's normal. Maybe you're getting your dream house and you're going through it and you're swimming in your pool, or maybe you're running down the beach because you relocated to the place where you want to relocate. So picture that, how you want your dream reality, your desired reality to be, and then pouring in all of those emotions that you want to experience. Take a few moments to do that now. Picture yourself giving yourself the love, the support, the appreciation, the acceptance, whatever it is that you desire from someone else. Now picture yourself giving that to yourself, giving yourself like a big hug. Really settle into that new reality. Remembering to hold the frequency as much as possible, as often as possible, to keep bringing yourself back to that reality. Remember to really do this as you're falling asleep, as well as when you're waking up. Really solidify that new reality, especially when your brain is in alpha state and doesn't know the difference between what you're imagining and reality. And you might want to think of it's almost like clicks into place, like a gear or some type of machinery where it clicks into place. Just picture that now. Just know that in the quantum physics universe, where we are 99.99999% empty space. Actually, when you go into the higher realities, like the 5th dimension, the 12th dimension, all that, actually they become more solid, which is interesting. We are actually the ghosts. When they look at us, we look gray, we look like a hologram, we look like 2D, and they, to us, would look like, if somebody's ever seen like an angel or something, it looks solid. It looks like it's like vibrating light. Like I've seen things like this in dreams where the colors actually have light emanating from them and actually make a sound. The light and the colors are so intense that and each color makes a different sound, like each color has its own like a vibration, which is a sound, and we look like the ghosts. So we are the hologram, as much as like that sounds nuts. So in this quantum physics universe, there are infinite numbers of realities, and if you can imagine the reality, that means that it actually exists in one of the parallel realities, and you can shift to that. And it's interesting because I was once reading a textbook as a child, and I saw they had like a quantum camera. Don't know why I was looking at this. It was like in a textbook. I really don't know why that was there, but for whatever reason it was. And they took a picture of a basketball, and the basketball appeared as if it were everywhere in the room. It was like it was in multiple places in the room at once. And what this camera was to show was that everything can exist in multiple ways, in multiple places at once. And it wasn't taking a picture of the basketball in our reality where it was sitting right here on the table. It was sitting everywhere in the room of all possibilities, just like how we experience it, because we are living a holographic reality where we're 99.999% empty space. It is not like that in the higher realities, such as like the 12th dimension. That's not empty space, just so you know. This is the dream. This is the hologram. This is where it's like we're living in the holographic universe, period. So therefore, we have, just like a dream, access to multiple parallel realities. So if you can envision it, it exists. Florence Scovel Shinn talked about that there was this lady and she was really suffering, and there was tears running down her face, and it was raining, the tears running down her face, and then she said, "This isn't tears, this is rain from a place." And she pictured herself in that place. She had no money to get there, nothing, but she imagined it so fully that eventually she ended up in that place where she desired to go, and her life totally transformed because she pictured it. She shifted into that alternate timeline, and if she can do it, and if other people can do it, then we can do it just as much as anybody else. And the key is to not doubt for a second that it's real, because have you ever pictured yourself healing and you thought you were healed and everything, and then you had one moment where you doubted it, and all of a sudden it was like the illness returned, but it was like it was actually gone for a moment, but when you started doubting it, it came back. It's just like that. So just keep practicing and practicing, holding that frequency and shifting into that desired reality. And the more and more you do that, and I would really recommend subliminal tapes that you can just get on YouTube for free. Subliminal, whatever it is that you want. Just type in subliminal weight loss, subliminal wealth, subliminal change your eye color, whatever it is. And the more that you focus on that desired reality, and the less you waver in like, oh, is it happening, is it not, then it will come into real life. So you can go ahead and start to come back into your reality, back into your body, slowly opening your eyes, So thank you for coming on that journey with me, and I hope that this helps somebody. I am starting to think about doing like one-on-one sessions, and in the same way that Marina Jacobi does this. I mean, you can tell who I watch on YouTube, but she does energy philanthropy, and basically what I want to do by donation is have one-on-one sessions. I can read oracle cards, and I can also tune into different energies. Like the other day, my sister's pregnant, and I tuned into a message that her unborn baby had for her, and it was really interesting because a lot of the things that I said, I didn't really know if they were, like you think, yes, this is the message I'm getting, whatnot, but she really confirmed that a lot of that was true. So I can tune into different messages from loved ones, people who have passed, about specific situations, and I can pull oracle on that, and I can do kind of like a mixture of that, or I can help kind of guide you through some healing visualizations and whatnot. So I am starting to kind of offer those services. So if you are interested, please email me at empress.oracle.of@gmail.com, or just put in the description box your email, and just kind of, this is the first time that I've offered this, and I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm really excited to see where this goes. So please let me know if you're interested in having some type of one-on-one session with me that will be 100% just by donation. And until then, have fun.